adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring the jetty Jerry O'Lace, Rocket J. Squirrel, and his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
Anyone who went past the third grade surely must remember the thinkings of the great thinker Hypotenuse. It was he who said,
Tibi fumus obsidio septum doro.
which roughly translated means everybody can do something. How very true that is. Take Otis Gum of Owl's Eye, Nebraska, for example. He can put 6 flashlights in his mouth at one time. And let us not forget Adler Suggins. Mr. Suggins went over Niagara Falls sitting on a large bagel. No one had ever done that before. Adler Suggins only did it once.
Hey, Bullwinkle, did you read where Adler Suggins went over Niagara Falls on a bagel?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Didn't think they made those big bagels anymore.
No, I meant it was amazing he went over the falls.
Oh, shucks, that's nothing. Everybody can do something. It's like Hippopotamus said, tubofungus obsidian September daddy-o or something.
Oh, yeah? Well, what can you do?
For one thing, I can remember everything I ever ate.
What did you have for breakfast 2 weeks ago today?
6 pancakes, 4 eggs sunny side up, a slice of ham, 3 hot dogs, a bowl of chili, and a raisin cookie.
Golly, that's amazing.
Just talent, I guess.
Of course, Rocky and Bullwinkle didn't know it then, but the simple fact that Bullwinkle can remember everything he ever eats is about to cause them both big trouble. For at that very moment, in the underground hideout of Boris Badenov...
Boris, are you in that trunk?
Nobody here but us souvenirs.
Stop hiding, Boris. Fearless Leader is calling on radio.
I can't talk to him, honey bun. Fearless Leader is mad with me because I still didn't get Elliot Ness.
Don't be silly. He can't bite you over radio.
Oh, boy, you don't know Fearless Leader. Hello, handsome Fearless Leader. I like you better than any Fearless Leader in the world. Yes. I mean, I know I bungled last 3 foreign and 3 jobs, but I don't want to be liquidated. You know I can't stand pain. One more assignment. Honeyborn Fearless Leader is giving me one more chance.
Good for you, darling.
I have pencil, Fearless Leader. Shoot. I mean, what is assignment? Yes? Yeah, got it. And don't worry, Fearless Leader. This time I will not fail. Cross my heart and hope to die. I was afraid you'd say that. Bye-bye, Fearless Leader.
What is new assignment, Boris? Kill moose?
No, steal formula.
What formula?
Who cares? Any formula.
Boris couldn't have picked a better day to look for a formula, for in another part of the city, one Dr. Bermuda Schwartz was testing his new invention for the army.
Now, when I push this plunger, that bridge over there is going to blow up with 1,000,000 pieces.
Very well, Doctor. Let it go.
Right.
Amazing, that bridge blew up without a sound.
I thought you'd notice that.
Congratulations, Doctor. You have invented the first silent explosive.
I call it hush-a-boom. And you've got to admit, it's a little bit different.
Now, it's very difficult to keep a thing like a silent explosive quiet. So when the 3 o'clock paper hit the streets...
X-ray, X-ray, hush-a-boom goes over with bang. Read all about it.
A silent explosive. Oh, how nice.
Well, that does it, Natasha. Professor Bermuda Schwartz is target for tonight.
And the villain skulked off toward the professor's laboratory, little realizing that our heroes were heading toward it from the other direction. What will happen when they meet? We'll find out next time in Boomtown or Destination Schwartz.
me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! No doubt about it. I gotta get another hat.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Once in a kingdom, on a street, there was a potter's shop. The reason that it was a potter's shop is because there was a potter inside who made pots. All day, every day, the potter made big pots, little pots, round pots, and square pots.
I don't know why I make these square pots. Nobody ever buys them.
Because his whole life was built around pots, the poor potter had developed a boiling temper. Each night when he'd finished his work, he would slam shut the door of his shop, grumble his way along the street,
Grumble, grumble.
enter his house with a slam of the door, and say to his wife,
Where's my dinner?
On the table, dear.
Curds and whey? I hate curds and whey.
But, dear, you hate everything.
Huh? Oh, that's right. Give me a spoon, baby.
then when he'd finished dinner,
All right. Where is it?
Here it is, dear.
and his wife would hand him a pot that he would smash into 1,000,000 pieces.
There. Now I can read the paper.
Following this, the potter's good wife would always say to him,
John, I do wish you'd do something about that temper of yours. It's going to get you into trouble someday.
he would answer.
Bah!
The following day, as he grumbled his way toward home,
Grumble, grumble.
he chanced to bump into a witch who was taking her sick bat to the veterinary. And of course, he flew into a rage.
Why don't you watch where you're sneaking? Well, you witches are all alike. Hog the whole road if we'd let you. You don't scare me, and that goes for your bat. Furthermore...
Well, now it was a short time later that the potter's wife was in the backyard gathering wood when...
My, John is home already.
and she hurried into the house.
Hello, John. Anything happen at work today?
Nothing that I would care to talk about.
Why, John, you've been turned into a frog.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice. What am I going to do, dear?
Hop yourself right back to that witch and tell her you're sorry. Maybe she'll take pity and break the spell.
Willing to try anything, the potter hopped off down the road to the witch's house. Unfortunately, that time of year was the season for witches, and he hadn't gone too far before he met a second witch.
Oh, goody, a horrid little frog. I think I'll turn you into an ogre.
No, I'll run and hide.
It was too late, for with a wave of her crooked stick, the old witch turned him into an ogre.
Say, nice job, even if I do say so myself. Well, now I can knock off for the day. Ta-ta.
Now the poor man was in more trouble than ever. And it wasn't over yet.
Hi, ogre.
Don't call me ogre. I hate being an ogre.
Oh, well, shucks, I can fix that for you.
You mean you'll change me?
Sure.
And she did. Into a troll.
There you go, kid. Now you can go live under a bridge and scare billy goats.
Even though he was now a troll, he didn't have the slightest interest in living under a bridge. All he wanted to do was to get home without meeting any more witches. But that, it seemed, was impossible.
Say cheese.
Don't say it. You were going to cast a spell on me.
How did you know?
A lucky guess.
And waving her wand, she cast the spell, turning him into a handsome prince.
Say now, things are looking up.
But not for long. For the witch that just turned him into a troll saw this, and she became very angry.
What's the idea of breaking my spell? When I change him into trolls, they stay trolls.
How dare you? I say handsome prince.
Troll!
Prince.
Troll!
The next time around for the prince, I am going to cut out.
Prince.
The second he turned into the handsome prince, off he ran as fast as he could go. He had made it to the town and was just a few blocks from home when...
Oh, you blockhead. You are a nut. Why don't you...
Too late. Too late did he realize that it was the same little witch who had turned him into a frog in the first place.
Ma'am, would it help to say that I'm sorry? I guess not.
Sadly, the potter went home to his wife, resigned to the fact that he would live out his days as a frog. This, of course, would have been a very unhappy ending, except that this is a fairy tale, and in fairy tales, beside witches, ogres, and the likes, there are good fairies.
Good, Pa.
Potter. It was letting your temper boil over that got you into all of this trouble in the first place. But I think you've learned your lesson. Therefore, I will help you.
Boy, it sure feels good to get out of that wet skin.
And you, good wife, must always watch your husband to make certain that his temper never boils over again. Farewell.
Well, sir, the potter's wife did watch her husband. She watched him when he slept, watched him when he ate, and watched him from morning to night as he made pots in his pot shop. They lived happily from that day to this, and never again did he lose his temper, for, as we all know, a watched potter never boils.
Eeny, meeny, chilly beany, the spirits are about to speak.
Are they friendly spirits?
Friendly? Just listen. Hello there. Today's poem is called...
Hey, Moose, how come you always read poetry?
Well, it's my part of the
You
joke.
think you are the only one with soul?
You want to read a poem?
Certainly. Today's poem got the title, How to Be Happy Though Miserable.
But...
Are you almost disgusted with life, little man?
But...
I'll tell you a wonderful trick.
I...
That brings you contentment, if anything can.
Give me...
Do something to somebody quick.
Oh!
Though it rains like the rain of the flood, little man, and the clouds are forbidding and thick, you can make the sun shine on your soul, little man. Do something to somebody quick.
But you got the words wrong. It says do something for somebody, not to 'em.
Well, after all, in poetry is not the word so much, it's the thought that counts.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Wrong hat.
I take a 7.5.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Deep in the heart of the Northwest Canadian woods, a mysterious character wearing a cap and puttees was seen skulking.
There will be no skulking in these woods, sir.
So who's skulking? I'm looking for talent.
In the Northwest Canadian woods, talent for what?
For Majestic Pictures. I'm looking for a new matinee idol for the movies.
What's a movie?
Oh, I forgot you people are so remote out here, you haven't seen a movie before.
I haven't seen a movie because there is no such thing, and you, sir, are skulking.
So as I was trying to tell Dismounty, sir, I am a talent scout for Majestic Pictures, and I'm looking for the new silent matinee idol, a man who is brave, stalwart, handsome, strong.
I'm your man.
Trustworthy, cute. Say, this is him. Look at that profile.
Why, that's Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely Whiplash, eh? Has a nice ring to it. Good box office, just the man I'm looking for.
He's just the man we're looking for, too.
Majestic Pictures can do much more for him than you can, sir. Don't stand in the way of the boy's career. You haven't signed him to a contract yet, have you?
Not exactly. You see, he's the most wanted man in Canada.
And I can see why, too. That chiseled nose, that firm chin. Where can I get a hold of this boy?
Do you suppose we would be standing here if we knew?
Hard to get, eh? Well, I must have that boy.
But how can you, a mere flatlander, hope to get Snidely Whiplash when the Royal Canadian Mounties have been trying to get him for years? What do you have that we haven't?
Money?
Inspector Fenwick?
Yes, Dudley?
What's a movie?
And Majestic will make me a star?
That's right, Snidely, baby. You will be the idol of millions. Sign right here, sweetie.
Halt! In the name of the RCMP, I have come, Snidely Whiplash, to bring you in because the Mounties always get their man.
Well, you're not getting this man. I just signed him to a 15-year contract with options.
Gee, 15 years. That's a pretty stiff sentence.
Snidely Whiplash went to Hollywood to star in silent movies. Overnight, he became a sensation. He was known as Snidely Whiplash, the Great Profile. He introduced the tango, which swept the country. Everybody was doing his famous tango. However, in northern Canada, Snidely Whiplash laid a bomb, mainly because the people there had never seen a movie. But his absence was sorely felt by members of the RCMP. They were becoming disenchanted.
Without Snidely Whiplash, Inspector, there's no incentive to being a Mountie. The Mounties have lost their goal in life. Why, to bring in Snidely Whiplash was the dream of every young Canadian boy.
I know, Dudley, but we must go on somehow. But on the brighter side, a new movie house has been constructed in town. Why don't we run over and take in a movie, Dudley?
What's a movie? You are under arrest, Snidely Whiplash, in the name of the Mounted Police.
Oh, come, Dudley, it's only a movie.
So that's a movie. It seemed so real, Inspector. There he was, arch-villain Snidely Whiplash.
Oh, Dudley, I hate to be a nag, but don't you think just occasionally you could bring in a man?
With Snidely Whiplash gone, they just don't seem important enough to bother with.
But then the one thing happened that none of them had foreseen. Talkies.
Oh, Snidely, tell me again that you care for me. A little.
May, I would move heaven and earth for you. I would swim the deepest river, scale the highest mountain. Why are they laughing at Snidely, Inspector?
It's the voice, Dudley, can't you see? The voice is so funny.
I don't find that it's funny at all. In fact, I think he has rather a pleasant voice.
Well, Dudley, I think this washes up Snidely Whiplash in Hollywood.
I certainly don't see why.
But you can't tear up my contract. I'm a star. And besides, my 15 years aren't up yet.
You didn't read the fine print, Snidely baby. It says, quote, in the event of talkies, if the party of the first part, that's you, talks in any manner, way, or form like Dudley Do-Right, the party of the second part, that's us, has the option to tear up the contract.
Curses foiled again. That's what happens by associating with the do-right. You do wrong.
So Snidely Whiplash had to return to northern Canada with no more than when he left, except a scrapbook. There were no cheering crowds, no band, no welcoming committee. Just one lonely figure standing on the platform. Dudley Do-Right.
Well, Dudley, I suppose you want to bring me in.
Why, no, Mr. Whiplash. All I want is your autograph.
Last time, you remember, we heard quite a discussion of Bullwinkle Moose's one outstanding talent.
You can remember everything you ever ate?
Every time I swallow, it's a stroll down memory lane.
Meantime, a short distance away, a professor named Bermuda Schwartz had just developed a silent explosive called Hush-a-Boom. This, of course, gave him A1 priority on Boris's hate parade.
But, Boris, how you going to steal the formula?
Steal it? He's going to tell it to me.
Tell it to you? Why should he?
Observe, Natasha.
And the wily villain ducked out of sight and reappeared a moment later dressed as an old lady.
Boris, this makes him tell you the formula?
Certainty. What boy would keep a formula from his own mother?
His mother?
Who's there?
Bermuda, baby, it's time.
I know that, but who are you?
Burmy boy, you don't know your own mother?
Mommy! Come in, Mommy! Tell me where you got the mustache.
And Boris entered the house with a gullible professor. An hour later, he emerged smiling triumphantly.
Boris, you got it?
Natch, I got it.
What took you so long?
I had to bake my boy his favorite cake.
You baked a cake?
It's the least a good mommy can do.
Well, see what you can do about that, Mommy.
Sure enough, coming toward them were Rocky and Bullwinkle, who, oddly enough, had no idea at all of what was going on.
What's all about that?
You hear, Boris, they're not even in on the plot.
We don't take chances. Come on, I got idea.
And the two villains approached the proprietor of a nearby fruit cart.
Hey, you want to sell me this fruit cart?
Sure, that'll cost you $50,000.
$50,000? You out of your mind?
You got no choice, so you gotta buy it.
We do?
You in a bad trouble. You stole a formula from a Professor Schwartz, and now you gotta hide from a moose and a squirrel.
Hey, how come you know all this?
What do you think? I don't watch the Bullwinkle show.
Well, I got no choice. I gotta hand it to you.
Okay, let me have it.
Boris, he trusted you.
Yes, apparently he doesn't watch the show regularly.
But I don't understand, darling. How will this keep formula safe?
Watch carefully. I write formula down on inside of banana. Zip up the peel, tear up the paper. Now all we got is banana. Who would suspect it hides formula?
I would.
Oh, you're sneaky no good, Natasha.
Oh, Boris, you do care, don't you?
Hush, here comes Moose and Squirrel.
And at that moment, fate played her final card. For instead of passing the innocent-looking fruit cart, Bullwinkle stopped and said,
"See, I chew like a banana right now. How much are they?"
Bananas?
Yeah.
We have no bananas today.
See, that'd make a great song title.
Those are bananas right there.
Yeah, how much?
They're not for sale.
Oh, come on, I'll give you a quarter for one.
No.
50 cents?
Bullwinkle, that's too much.
$1.
Well,
Boris, no.
$2.
Bullwinkle, no.
It's a deal.
Boris, no.
Pay the man the $2, Rock.
And Bullwinkle walked off munching a $2 banana containing a $1 million formula.
How does it taste?
Expensive.
Boris, how could you do such a thing?
I didn't want to. He took advantage of my crooked nature.
This will ruin you with fearless leader. What are you going to do, darling?
Moose has ruined Boris, so now Boris will ruin Moose.
And a steamroller can do it too. Be sure to thrill to our next episode entitled Flat of the Land, or A Rolling Stone Gathers No Moose.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible. My fingers get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?